Hello, boys and girls. We are in our Write and Reader, page 112 and 113, lesson 12. So I would like you to open this up and we are going to work on this together. Earthquakes is the title. Our target vocabulary is debris, possessions, rubble, trembles, and wreckage. I'm going to go over these words and then we're going to read these 2 pages and we're going to do them together. Debris. So debris are like pieces of broken things. So after there's like an earthquake or a storm or something, the debris, like on the bottom here, this would be like the broken pieces of things. Possessions. Possessions. What do you think? The word possessions means something that you own. So it's an item that you own. At your house, the things that belong to you are your possessions. Rubble. Rubble is also similar to debris. It's broken or crumbled matter and material from a destroyed building. So maybe part of the walls and, the roof of a house that falls apart, that would be the rubble. Trembles. Trembles is like the shaking movement. So something that's like shaking and trembling would be like an earthquake when the ground moves and shakes. That's like trembles. It's like the movement. You could feel it. And wreckage is the stuff that's left over after something has been ruined. So after something's destroyed, what's left over. So it's similar as debris, rubble, and wreckage. Okay, so now what we're going to do is the first one. During an earthquake, the ground trembles. The shaking movements can cause buildings and roads to collapse. So we're going to write a synonym for trembles. A synonym means the same. So a word that is similar to trembles, you are going to write it right here. You could pause this video to write it down. I'm just going to continue, but remember you could pause it and go back. So think of it. Here's something that's trembling. What's another word that you know that could replace that? Number 2, an earthquake can leave debris. People must be careful not to hurt themselves. Describe a time when you saw debris. Remember, a debris, they're pieces of broken things. If you ever went to walked around after there was like a big storm and you saw pieces all over, or if there was buildings being built and you see anything on the ground that's debris, think of something. And if you never did, maybe there was a movie that you saw debris somewhere. You can write that too. Number 3, in 1989, a road collapsed during an earthquake in California. People were trapped in the wreckage. Rescuers helped the people to get out. What kinds of wreckage might you find after a big storm? Think of it. Anything could be wreckage. Something that is left after it was ruined. What might you find after a big storm? Number 4, a big earthquake hit Turkey in 1999. Buildings collapsed and people were caught under steel and cement. Rescuers were able to get many out of the rubble. A little boy was found alive after 146 hours. So think of right here like these rocks, just everything like the earth is just the rubble on top of this little boy. Why would it take a long time to move the rubble? Why do you think? Look what it says. Buildings collapsed and people were caught under steel and cement. Think of those materials. Are they really light? Are they easy to move? If something's collapsing, a building, do you think there's a lot of stuff or a little bit that you need to remove? And number 5, after the earthquake in Turkey, many children lost their homes and possessions. Some groups work to help earthquake victims. These groups replace things that children lost. What possessions would you mind losing the most? Think of this. Everyone would have a different answer. Think of something that means so much to you that if you lost it, you would be very upset and it would bother you. What are some possessions? It could be more than one. Okay? A possession could even be like your pet fish or your dog or something that belongs to you. You're going to write those answers down and you're going to take a picture and send it to me. You could always pause this and go back if you need explanation. Okay, boys and girls, this is our beginning lesson on earthquakes.